So this is Randall doing a video. I've just discovered I'm a type 2 diabetic. So I've been dodging doctors all my life, and so they finally caught up with me. I discovered that the use of a glucose meter where I had to stab myself constantly was not working out for me. Turns out I'm a real wuss. That'd be one of these meters here. Little Lancets pop into this thing here. That's the Stabo-meter right there. And you need a full drop of blood in order to get it to test. Well, as it turns out, I'm not a very good stabber, so I seem to have to stab 2 or 3 times to get a drop of blood to test, and so that just was just not working out for me because I'm a wuss. I don't like the sight of blood, and I definitely don't like stabbing myself. So I did some research and found out I could get a stabless sensor, so I got one of these. Interesting thing about it is that here's the little cup. See that little thing? It just sticks on your arm. And this reader just here's what the reader looks like. And that little reader there will just by waving a wand, it'll take a glucose reading. And I said, well, that's the ticket for me. So so you got to go through the process with me. How to stick this thing on. I had a nurse go over it with me once, and he goes, find a nice flat place on your arm that stays flat. So I guess that'd be right in there somewhere. And of course it has to be super duper clean, so they give you a couple of these alcohol swabs, swab A. So, main thing is to get the oils off the skin so that the adhesive will stick. Not too dirty, but I'll swab it twice because she said so, and they provide 2 swabbers with it. So let that dry. And while it's drying, this is the applicator. Set that without the cap on. Here's the sterile container. They say that the little number on it is supposed to match the number on your reader, which is right there. So both numbers should match up. So I'll double check them. Yeah, that's what it's pretty fancy. So it's got a lineup notch. This little thing has a line on it, right? up with a notch right there. Stick it in there so that attaches the little plunger thing to it, and you can pull it out, and there's the sterile puncture thing right there. Find a place on your arm, somewhere thereabouts. And it applies it, and honestly I didn't feel a thing. So being a wuss, that is the and this would be, I had a failure on the first try application, and that was the site that I applied it to, so I moved to a slightly different site to see if it would register. So let's see. So I just held a sensor up to my reader, and it went beep, beep, beep. Then it gave me a warning. Don't take vitamin C more than 500 milligrams per day because it will falsely raise your sensor readings. And also airborne or emergency of high doses of vitamin C. So stay away from vitamin C if you want an accurate reading on this device. So it says new sensor starting up, and it says 59 minutes. So it takes 59 minutes for, I guess, the sensor to take a blood sample and process it so the scanner can use it. So I'm going to put that aside, and all this stuff is a lot of plastic and everything, but this all is disposable now. Well, this whole sensor is pretty expensive, so the sensor and an initial prescription of 2, which is 14 days. You have to replace them, and it automatically stops working after 14 days, so you got to pull it and put another one on. But that's all there is to it. Once you're set up, you just pull the sensor, put another one in, and continue to read your glucose readings. And of course the sensor, the meter actually stores all your readings so that you have a record of it, so you don't have to keep note, but you can keep a record if you like. But that's it for that. I'll check back in an hour, and we'll do a sensor reading.